So one of the most frequent questions I get with regards to selling video games on eBay is what I do with the ones that are scratched or not working. Now this to a lot of people who are new to the business is kind of a confusing part. It's like, should I test my games? Should I not test them? If they don't work, what do I do with them? If they have scratches, can I still list them even if they're working? There's a whole bunch of questions to be asked, especially when selling in this niche. So in today's quick video, I want to walk you guys through the basic process I take when looking at discs, looking at if they need to be refurbished or tested, or how we go about cleaning them, and then what happens to them if they're still very badly scratched or if they don't work. And at the end of today's video, we're actually going to be listing a lot on eBay of a ton of video games I've collected over the last year or two that are all not working. We're going to list them on eBay and see how much we can get for them. They're going to be in an auction starting at $1, and maybe if you guys are interested, you could even pick up the lot for yourself. Okay, so here's the basics. We get a video game in, maybe this Superman copy for Xbox 360. First things first, we want to open it up and I just do a little visual inspection of the disc. If the disc looks really good visually, there's one of two things that could happen. It either goes into the testing rack and gets tested, assuming I have the console on, or occasionally I might skip that process if it's like very mint. But you must be warned that even though a disc is mint does not mean that it's going to be guaranteed to work. See, we've had many discs that have been in like amazing shape, and when you put them in the console, they still don't work. So for anything that's expensive, aka maybe over $10, we're definitely testing. So there's only the few and far that slip through not getting tested, but the majority of the items that come through here do end up getting tested. Okay, so let's say the disc just has some light scratches, maybe a few fingerprints and marks. Well, the first thing I like to do with it is take a little bit of water, give the disc a spray, and then I give it a nice wipe down with a microfiber cloth. You'll be amazed as to how well that does in terms of just making the disc look aesthetically pleasing. So that's one of the major things I do when the majority of the games go through. Now, let's say that I try that and it still doesn't work, or right off the get-go, it's just crazy bad scratches. Well, I'm moving over to my disc refurbishing machine. Now, the machine that I personally use is the JFJ Easy Pro. I know there's a whole bunch of different ones out there. Some range from a price of just like $100 all the way up to like a few $1,000s. So it really depends on the scale that you're working at to determine for yourself what kind of machine would be appropriate. But if you're serious about selling DVDs, media, video games, any of that things on eBay, you're going to want to look into a machine. Now, like I said, the JFJ Easy Pro works very well. I'm not affiliated with them by any means, but if they want to affiliate with me, they should definitely reach out because we could work something out. But I do recommend the machine. It's a very nice machine. The compound and the pads and everything that you need for it are very low priced relatively. They come out to about, I think we did the math, and it was about 3 to 6 cents per disc, depending on how many cycles you're doing. So it works very well in that sense. We have about a 90 to 95% success rate on the discs that go through the JFJ. For a lot of them, we're just doing a simple aesthetic cleanup. So we're putting the discs in, running them for 2 minutes with just a white buffing pad, and we're getting the disc to look good. And there's a whole couple videos on my channel that go over exactly how the JFJ Easy Pro works if you want to know more of the specifics. But yeah, so we put it through there, maybe then it goes into the console, and let's say that, you know, it doesn't work still. We've gone through and we've cleaned it by hand, we've put it through the JFJ Easy Pro for a few cycles, and it still doesn't work. Well, it's at this point when I put them into two categories. One is an expensive disc and one is a cheap disc. If it's a game that's really not worth anything, it basically immediately goes into my pile of non-working items. Now I'm going to share with you guys this pile a little bit later, but it's grown to be quite large, and these are all the items from throughout the days that just did not work. Now, some would argue from this pile, you could take some of the cases and the manuals and the front covers and use some loose discs to make up some more complete sets and get a little bit more money, but for us it's just not worth going through them all to make a few complete sets. We already have boxes of just empty cases and things we can use, so I really have no need for them either. So they just sit there and they wait for a day like today where we're gonna go ahead and list them all on eBay. Now on the expensive side, let's say we have a Smash Bro disc or something like that. We're gonna take that disc and we're gonna run it again through the JFJ Easy Pro. Maybe it gets a little bit more special attention. Maybe we're running the actual sanding grip pads on it. Maybe we're going with the white and the blue compound. Again, if you want more context on this, check out my video on the JFJ Easy Pro where I go through how to use it. But yeah, we go through it again, we take it out, clean it. If it still doesn't work, usually most of the very valuable discs will just get listed as non-working discs by themselves. But if it's like, I don't know what the threshold is, maybe $15, $20 would be the max, we just throw it in a pile and it's going to get lotted out. So that's the basics of our testing process and how we refurbish discs, how we clean them, and that's sort of the process that we go through when we go to list discs on eBay. So in today's video, we do have a lot of discs that have accumulated that are not working, so we're going to try to list them all on eBay. I want you guys to let me know what you think I can get for them down below. I'm going to be putting a very clear disclaimer in the description on these listings, or on the one listing, because we're just going to do one big listing. But I'm going to put a disclaimer that says that all of these discs were refurbished. And technically speaking, not all of them. Some of them are such bad scratches. Let's say it's just like crazy ring scratches or whatever the case, that I don't bother refurbishing them or even testing them. They just go right into the pile. But for the most part, most of these discs have been refurbished with the JFJ Easy Pro. So I'm going to say it, these discs have been refurbished with a JFJ Easy Pro. I might even put the console name, the refurbishing machine that we use. I might put that in the description, or I'll just say they've all been refurbished, but they have been tested and have been found to not be working. So the buyer will know that. Do you guys think I'll even be able to sell this? I'm thinking that the cases and the manuals and things will help bring up the value a little bit. But I'm curious as to what we could actually get. We probably have about 150 games. We're going to take a look right now. We're going to get a total count, and we're going to make a listing, and we're going to see how much it's going to go for on auction on eBay. Okay, so here's the infamous stack that has been building beside my JFJ Easy Pro for the last little while now. A bunch of loose games on top. And then all the way down, we've got random games in between. We've got lots and lots of in-case games all the way down to the bottom, and then some that have even fallen behind. So we're going to pull these all out. Additionally, in this box right here, I believe this is also full of some loose discs that do not work. So we're going to pull all this stuff out, bring it over to the table, and then draft up a listing here for eBay and get it going. All right, guys. Well, I've just finished laying out all of the non-working games here, all of the titles along the back wall, and I think it's a pretty decent lot. I'm hoping that we could get like, I don't know, $30, $40 for it. That seems a little bit crazy looking at this many games and saying that, but knowing that they all don't work, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm excited to get this all listed. It shouldn't be that much to ship either. It's not that much stuff. I do have a couple examples that I set aside here of a couple games. That's one, for example, that was probably never even tested or refurbished. It obviously wasn't refurbished, but yeah, just not worth touching. So that's the kind of stuff that's in here. And then this PS3 one, that's like an example of one that is like for Blu-ray for PS3, badly scratched and just is not even gonna work. At least if it doesn't work, most of the time it won't. There's not much you could do to get it working. So that's a non-working one right there. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead now and photograph everything here. Just at least get like one nice photo from back here, and then yeah, I mean, I was almost running out of room on the table here. We're gonna hopefully be able to capture everything well and then get it all listed. Also, I did go through most of the cases and I pulled out all these ones that were empty. I hope there's no empty ones in here, but I can't be bothered to go through them all again. So let's just hope there's not. I did feel them all as I went, and they all sound like they had discs in them, so it should be good. Okay, so I just want to share with you guys the listing here. First of all, you can see all the photos I took, nice and in depth, so the buyers can see every single game that they are getting. There's a title there, which I think is a pretty good title, and we should hopefully get some clicks for it and some search results as well. I definitely indicate not working in bold there, so everybody knows that. And then there we go. I put condition acceptable because there's no not working option for video games themselves. But anyway, I put multiple, put it in the right category. We got a good description here. I said the games you're being on were tested and found to be not working. Some of the games have been refurbished with the JFJ unit. Perhaps they could be repaired with a better unit. And I basically said no returns on it. They're sold as is, not working. And then auction, 99 cents, 7-day auction. I'm trying to figure out right now if I want to offer international shipping. Right now, I'm kind of thinking no, because it's pretty heavy and I might just want to keep it in Canada. But then at the same time, I might not get as many bids. But anyway, I think we're going to leave it there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this guy all set and listed. Alrighty, guys. Well, this entire lot has now been sorted out. I'm so happy because it clears up so much nice little space in my office to not have to be looking at these things all the time. Not sure why it took me so long to get to them, but I guess I was just waiting to accumulate enough of them. But they're all listed now, 99-cent auction on eBay. This video is coming out a few days after the auction starts, so you guys might still be able to catch it if you are interested. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on, and hopefully they'll sell. That's just my hope right now. I just want to get rid of them. If they sell for $1, they sell for $1. We'll see what the market has to offer. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up today's video there. Just a nice quick one talking about what we do with the games that don't work, and this is what we do with them. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to go below, smash the like button on it. Also leave any comments, questions, whatever you might have down below. I'll try to get back to you guys. And with that, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll see you all in the next video.